At least Eagle fans can admit the truth. We can sit there and say, look, the Eagles got a tough schedule, and we're going to need a good start early in the year to get in the playoffs. But Dallas fans, no. Some of them, not all of them, are very delusional, and I have the proof. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom. Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and today we're going to set some delusional Cowboy fans straight. We're going to set them straight because some of them, not all of them, but some of them are totally delusional. They think you say something you never said. They think you call when you never did. They're crazy. They're crazy. And also, we got to talk about the Eagles' schedule because it's a tough schedule. And if the Eagles don't start off good early on in the year, they don't start off fast, I think they're in big trouble. So we'll get into that in a second. But before I do that, I want to talk to you guys about a little announcement that I have. I will be adding channel memberships to this channel. Now, the first thing you need to know, nothing about what we already do is going to change. There is nothing that I currently do, the amount of videos I put out, the amount of streams I do, that is going to change. None of that will change. However, I've decided to add channel memberships for a few reasons. One of them is I would like the opportunity to have closer interaction, closer relationships with you guys. That is one way for me to be able to do it. Some of you guys know that I could veer off and talk about all sorts of different things. A lot of people like that on this channel. Some people do not like it. That way, those who do like it will have an opportunity to hear me speak about other things, that I like, other things we do, conspiracy stuff, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. I have tons of footage that has never been released that, I wouldn't want to just upload 9 things in a day. I'm not Mark Holmes. So I figured the channel membership is a good source for all those things. It's a way for you guys who want to support the channel and then we can use that money to upgrade equipment, travel, do things like that, interact with you guys. So I am adding it, but nothing about the channel's changed. If you like what I'm already doing here, it'll stay the same. Nothing will change. I promise you that. I'm not one to say, oh, well, if you join, you get a shout out. You get shout outs on this channel no matter what. But nothing will change, but I am adding it. It's a feature that YouTube is really pushing, and I know a lot of people have already done it. I've held out for a while, but I think this would be the perfect time. So I just want to let you guys know that it's there. If you want to, great. If you don't, great. I just appreciate you guys even watching this video. So now let's move on to the business side of this video, because I got business to take care of, okay? I got some things that got to be said, because I listened to Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness, who, by the way, will be dropping a new fitness video very soon, and I am working on getting exclusive rights to that video, so look out for it. But I listened to his videos. I listened to his father's videos. Mr. Mark Homer needs a carbohydrate. I've listened to them, and they're totally delusional. And now I understand that it is true. Cowboy fans are totally delusional. Not all of them, but some. Because they hear what they want to hear. They think crazy things. Like, remember back in the days, Roy Williams, the safety? They used to try to say he was better than Brian Dawkins. Hall of Fame Brian Dawkins. But they would say he was better. They overvalue things. Some of them can be so delusional. And the biggest delusional ones is Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness? And Mark Homer. Because I got to tell you, I made a bet with Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness? About cutting that little satanic rat bastard Joe Boo Voodoo Doll his head off. Chopping the head off. Okay? And here's what I said. I said, I want Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness, to chop off Joe Boo's head. Then I want you to get the head and put it at the end of the bed that your father sleeps in. At the end of the bed. This is a reference to a movie. One of the greatest movies of all time, by the way, called The Godfather. Okay? And I said, put the head at the end of the bed. And he went on his channel. He went on his father's stream. Him and his father both were talking about this all day yesterday. They thought that when I said put the head at the end of the bed, I was saying take the head and stick it up your father's ass. That's what they thought I was saying. He said, I accept the bet. I'll chop the head off, but I'm not sticking Joe Boo's head up my father's ass. And then I go on Mark's stream, and he's like, Philly 500 wants to stick Joe Boo's head up my ass. He wants to say, so who the hell said that? How do you put the head at the end of the bed and stick Joe Boo's head up your ass? I would never ask another man to stick anything up any man's ass. What do you think I am? That's crazy talk. Okay? I don't know what Michael Anthony Fitness watches. Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness? I don't know what kind of stuff he watches. I can't imagine he's ever watched The Godfather. He's probably watching like a lot of porn. You know, like I said, he's probably watching The Throb Father, right? You're watching too much Throb Father. Stop. Watch The Godfather. I said put the head at the end of the bed. I didn't say stick it up your father's ass. That's ridiculous. Now, I had to clear that up. Sorry for the bad language for some of you, but it had to be said. Okay? This is what these guys are talking about. They can't understand why I would say stay. I never said it. Then I called Mark Holmes like 6 o'clock yesterday. I say, dude, you're done. Your team's going 8-8. You better get out of this bet while you can. I'll give you one chance. He says I called him at 3 a.m. He's going to file a restraining order against me. I'm going to have a restraining order filed against me because he said I called him 3 a.m. I called him 6 o'clock. These people are delusional. These are Dallas Cowboy delusions. I mean, really, that voodoo doll's got to go because it is warping these people's brains. Now, I'm sorry about the long rant on that thing, but it had to be said. It had to be said. I'll make sure I timestamp this so you guys can go directly to those that want to the Eagle stuff. But, crazy, man, crazy. Now, the schedule came out yesterday for the Eagles. It came out, and it's a tough schedule. There is no doubt about it, okay? There's a couple stretches that I think are going to be very tough, especially in December, okay? Very, very tough. And the Eagles, if they want to be successful, if they want to get at least 10 wins, they have to start off good. Because when you look at this schedule, you have a stretch where you got to play Seattle, you have to play Green Bay, you have to play New Orleans, you have to play Baltimore at some point. I mean, this is a tough schedule. And I think that the key for the Eagles is going to be starting off fast. You got to start off fast. The way I see it, you have to start off at least 3-1. You got to be 3-1 out of the gate. First 4 weeks of the season, you got to go 3-1. And I think they can do it. I think there's an advantage for the Eagles. And the advantage is going to be that they have stability with the coaching staff, stability at the quarterback position. They have a lot of the same players returning, same playbook. So, if there's no OTAs, no spring, I think the Eagles can get an early jump because I think some of these teams, especially in the division, are going to struggle early on, okay? And look, let's face it. In the NFL, in football, confidence is everything. Confidence is huge, and if you can build confidence early, you can win some of those big games later in the year. Once you think you're good enough, you could go a long way. That's why oftentimes you see teams who aren't that good or not, people don't think much about them going in early season. They have an easy schedule. They get some confidence. They play a lot better. Sometimes they play above their head, okay? And then you get other teams who start off slow, and then they start to quit. Players, they zone out, and then the whole season collapses. So for this Eagles team, they have to get off to a good start. Okay, they got Washington week 1. You got to win that game. That's going to be Rivera's first game. They should be sloppy. The Eagles should be able to go and win that game. Then you have the Los Angeles Rams at home, the week 2. the Eagles have beaten the Rams the last 2 times they play them, and it's been in LA. The Eagles match up well with the Rams, and I don't really know what to expect from the Rams. Are they going to regain what they had 2 years ago, or are they going to be worse? I mean, they had cap problems, all those kind of things. But that should be a game that your home opener. You got to win that game. That's 2 wins. Then you look at the Cincinnati Bengals. We play at week 3. You gotta win that game. That's a no-brainer. You have to win that game. That gets you to 3-0 going into San Francisco. And even if you lose that game, at least you're 3-1 heading into Pittsburgh and Baltimore back to back. So I think the Eagles need to start out at least 3-1. 4-0 would be perfect. Would be beautiful. I think personally they're going to be 4-0 because I think they match up well with San Francisco. If you remember my videos earlier, like before the playoffs last year, I was saying I would like San Francisco. I would like to play San Francisco because I think the Eagles would match up well with them. They really predicate their game on the run. They build things off the run, San Francisco. And the Eagles are very good at stopping the run. So I think the Eagles would have done a good job against San Francisco. I still think they will. But, that's going to be a huge game, a huge Sunday night game. If the Eagles can start 3-1 or 4-0, I think getting between 10 and 12 wins is possible. But it's going to be a tough schedule. It's going to be tough. No question about it. And the other thing I want to say about that schedule, and one of the things the Eagles need to do, is they can't afford to not play their starters in preseason. They just can't afford it. You saw how rusty that team looked, really the first 2-3 weeks, because none of the starters played a single snap in preseason. That's got to change this year. The Eagles got to get back to more of a traditional type preseason where, first week of preseason, your quarterback goes in for a series. The second week of preseason, he plays a quarter. Third week of preseason, plays a half. The fourth week, you sit him. That's what they're going to have to get back to. They can't afford a slow start, especially with this schedule. It's a tough schedule, no question about it. And you guys know how it goes. Oftentimes in the NFL, you win games that you should have lost, and then you lose games that you should have won. So it's just the way it goes. It's the nature of the beast. But the Eagles are going to have to be prepared because I think no matter what, they got to start off good early in the season. First 4 games, they need to be 3-1, in my opinion, at worst. But we'll see. And the other thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is Jason Peters. Jason Peters apparently has turned down offers from other teams to stay in Philly. He wants to stay in Philly. And if he's willing to take less money and willing to take a backup role or move the guard, I think the Eagles need to pull the trigger and bring him back. I think this is a no-brainer. I definitely do. I think the Eagles just get it done. This team is a good team. I think the Eagles are a playoff team. I think they could be a 3 or 4 seed. That's how I kind of see them right now. I see them as a 3 or 4 seed, maybe win first round of the playoffs, but how much further can you go after that? That's the great question to me. And there are still good players out there that they could sign to bring in right now to help them. And we'll get into some of that in my next video coming out maybe later tonight. But Jason Peters, he wants to come back to Philly. I think the Eagles shouldn't waste time. I think they should go ahead and bring him in, and it can't hurt at this point, okay? It can't hurt, and you get some security at left tackle if Dillard doesn't pan out, which I think he's going to be fine. I like Andre Dillard. I like him at left tackle, don't like him at right tackle, but I think when he played left tackle, I thought he was decent. But if Jason Peters wants to really come back that bad and is willing to take maybe a backup role, maybe move inside, I think the Eagles should jump on it. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And with that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.